If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done. This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. So just like you, he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's KFI AM 640, and you're listening to The Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app.
Everybody remembers that horrible accident where the firefighters were coming home from a long day on the 241, and the driver went to avoid a ladder and hit the guardrail. The truck flipped over, and 7 of those firefighters from the Orange County Fire Authority were transported to the hospital by ambulance, 8 of them by helicopter. And the fire chief, the OCFA fire chief, Brian Fennessey, is with us. Brian, how are you, sir?
Good. Thank you for having me on the show.
Oh, man, I can't believe what you guys have gone through. I saw the initial press conference, and the emotion in you talking about your fellow firefighters. It's as if there was no difference than you talking about family members there. It was really, really moving.
Well, and I appreciate you saying that. And, a lot of people talk about the fire service family, and here at the OCFA, it's true. I mean, I hire every one of these firefighters and personally meet with them before, we hand them their badge and they go through training. And so it was very, very personal. And so I appreciate you noticing that.
Yeah, it was. You can see it. You had a sports coat and a shirt on, so you weren't on duty. It was very late, and you got there, and it just seemed like it knocked the wind out of you, like it did everybody in Orange County or in Southern California.
Yeah, it did. I was actually traveling back from Boston, a fire service conference, and about an hour before landing, I started getting text messages about an accident. And at that point, we didn't know, the level of injuries, whether we had anybody that was fatally injured or anything else. So, I knew it was bad when I got to my car in the airport and turn on the car and your station's on the radio reporting this accident. And so, yeah, it was quite a wake up.
And Chief, are these seasonal or career firefighters who've been injured?
Well, they're full-time firefighters. So most of them, are younger because it's a job that really requires, you don't see a lot of, 40, 50, 60-year-olds doing this kind of work. But they're full-time employees. They're hand crew firefighters. And most of them, if not all of them, are looking to compete for a job, what we would call on the floor, on your basic, fire engine and fire truck. So they come here and they, work on the hand crew. It's an opportunity for us to evaluate, their character, because we hire for character.
Good.
And it's a bridge program. So when they do apply for a regular firefighter job, they get a special look. And I've told them all that if they, get 90% or better cumulative, they immediately go to the fire chief interview, which is the last stage of our hiring. And we've had such success with that, and
that's great.
They're just wonderful people.
Chief, what was their day like before the accident? Were they coming off a 12-hour grueling shift? Were they going home for the weekend? What was it like to 12 to 24 hours before the accident?
So they were working 24-hour shifts early on in the airport fire. They were there initially when the fire started in Trabuco Canyon, and were on the fire since. So that day, they had just finished a 12-hour day shift. They reduced the shifts down to 12 hours so that we didn't have a lot of people out on the fire line where it was, the conditions are very hazardous. The fire wasn't burning a lot, but there's a lot of open line. And when I say that, I mean open fire line. And for those that don't know what that means, the only way you can assure that the fire is not going to spread anymore is to, get right on the black edge down to mineral soil. So we use chainsaws, we use shovels, we use all kinds of hand tools, and we create basically a fuel break, a break in that fuel. Well, this fire burned into a lot of really, really tough, nasty country where we couldn't put bulldozers, you can't get hose lays. So the only people that can access, the edge of this fire, whether it's cold or not, are hand crews, hot shot crews, hand crews, which are basically the same thing. And so they'd spend all day, at hiking and working very hard, cutting out the edge of this fire. And so they were released, back to their buggies, as we call them, and en route to the incident command post to get a meal and get clean, and then probably go back to camp. So I don't think any of them expected the rest of the day to go as it did.
Again, Chief Brian Fennessey is with us from the Orange County Fire Authority. When there's a police chase in L.A. or any city, and a police officer gets hurt in the chase, the person they're chasing is responsible for that injury. Is it the same thing with fire? If they find out who is responsible for this fire, will they be strapped with the medical bills and the responsibility of these firefighters that were injured?
Well, that's a really great question. I don't know that for sure. Yeah. I am not sure in terms of how legally that all works. That certainly makes sense. I know that when we had the two hand crew firefighters that were, severely burned on in the 2019 Silverado fire, that was part of I believe the county DA did have that at least initially as a case. So, but I would be the wrong person to ask. I don't know actually.
And can you give us an idea for people like me who've never even seen the inside of one of these transport vehicles? Are they sitting in rows? Do they have seat belts? What is it like inside there?
Well, that's a really good question. I started my career in 1978 as a hotshot crew member and spent the better part of 13 years either riding in the back of one of those or driving up front and leading crews all over the western U.S. And I will say that the crew carriers of today are far better than they were back in the late 70s and 80s when I was on the crews. And even then, though, we each had our own individual seats. We had seat belts, but these are largely, boxes, metal boxes that have utility compartments that have all the tools and chainsaws and everything you would need. So they're much nicer. They're air conditioned. They certainly weren't when I was there, but they're very modern vehicles. But they are obviously a bit top heavy. They are made of a lot of metal, and so as you can imagine, when the crew rolled, they got banged up really good inside that thing. And thankfully, they were all seat belted. Otherwise, we'd be talking about fatalities. And in fact, I'm told by many of the crew that was there that when the truck was landed upside down, when it was done rolling, all of those in the back of the truck were suspended by their seat belts in their seats and to be released and drug out of the back. But they spend a lot of time in these vehicles traveling up and down the state of California and here in Orange County, and so it's their mobile home, if you will.
Chief, can we give? I'd like to give a special thanks and a shout out to the hospital that welcomed all of these. The 7 delivery, transported by ambulance, 8 by helicopter. What is the main hospital that obviously saved lives that day?
Well, this was a multi-casualty incident, what we would call an MCI. And so when our crews arrived at scene, our paramedics, they start triaging and treating those patients. And then we have what's called a medcom, somebody that is in charge of putting a number to the patient and cataloging where they're going. And so, there were 4 hospitals that we sent our firefighters to. There was OC Global, Mission Hospital, Hoag Irvine, and UC Irvine. All 8 that were transported, of the 8, 4 have been released. Some of those are still pretty banged up with broken bones and those sorts of things, but we still have 4 Handcrew firefighters in the hospital right now. So, they're pretty major injuries.
We have the how to donate. I know there's a lot of GoFundMe set up for these guys. Were they all men?
They were all men.
Okay.
Yes.
We have. We're going to give out that information. I really appreciate you coming on. I know that Orange County, like LA County, they really support the firefighters, and I imagine you've seen the outpouring of not only wallets but flowers and hearts and messages from people who live in Orange County.
Oh, Conway, I can't begin to tell you and thank everybody that's listening that has reached out. I mean, this is, my text messages, my emails, all of ours have continued to blow up even through today, not just here locally, but nationally and even internationally. So the outpouring of support for, the families that are dealing with their injured firefighters it's just been incredible. So I want to thank you and everybody else.
The least we could do. I know it was a very difficult fire to fight. The temperature was out of control, and there's a lot of brush from the 2 years we've had a lot of rain and a lot of dead brush there too. That was a really tough fire.
And we're only in the halfway point here in Southern California. I'd expect it to get hotter, and we have our Santa Ana winds ahead of us, and so we're not through yet. We've got a tough road ahead, I think, before we see any measurable rain.
Well, God bless all these guys. Please come back with us. We'd love to have you, and thanks for checking in with us.
Thank you, sir.
I appreciate it. All right, Chief Brian Fennessey with the Orange County Fire Authority. That guy has had a really bad week. 20 of these guys, banged up in this horrible incident because somebody dropped a ladder on the freeway. That's, I think, what happened. And the crew vehicle tried to avoid the ladder and flipped a couple of times. And now these guys are really banged up. So we come back, we'll tell you exactly how to access the GoFundMe and how to donate if you'd like to do that.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
We just had the fire chief on from the Orange County Fire Authority, Chief Brian Fennessey. And if you'd like to donate to the firefighters that got injured in the rollover on the 241, man, they would appreciate that. You can go to GoFundMe, and it's very easy. Just type in, when you go to GoFundMe, OCFA. It'll be the first one that comes up. Stands for Orange County Fire Authority, I believe. OCFA. And they have a goal of $500,000. They're at $280,887. So they're well past the halfway point of their goal. And I've noticed that, and this is really great, if you look up the top donors to the firefighters, who many of them got injured, the number one donor, the top donation is the FNA Credit Union. FNA Credit Union. And that's the federal credit union in Monterey. I think it's Monterey Park that donated $25,000. $25,000. That is sensational. The FNA Credit Union, and that's a tremendous donation. And then some of the other top donations, I noticed there was a guy named Steve Story who donated $15,000. The San Bernardino County Fire Management Association, they donated $5,000. Chino Valley Fire Foundation, they donated $5,000. And then this is interesting. The Bear Divide Hot Shots, $3,000. Christina Singleton, $2,000. And then if you keep going down the list here, Sacramento area firefighters, local 522, right? Probably they don't have a ton of money. The Sacramento area firefighters, local 522, they donated $2,000. And then they said that wasn't enough. They donated another $2,000. So $4,000 from Sacramento area firefighters, local 522. That's just a tiny little firefighting group up in Sacramento. Again, probably not a lot of money, but they knew that these guys needed it, and they reached out and they donated $4,000. The Seal Beach Police Officers Association, nowhere near this incident, $1,500. And if you keep going down the list, there's a lot of firefighters, firefighting organizations. Rialto Professional Firefighters Local 3688. Again, probably not flush with money, donated $1,000. So that is terrific when people step up and donate like that. Again, go to GoFund Me. Everyone knows how to get there. And just type in OCFA. It'll be the first thing that pops up. OCFA. And let's see if we can get these guys up to a $500,000. And again, that's not a lot for how many guys that were injured, but at least it'll help with, I'm sure a lot of them have kids, young kids, probably babies. They're young themselves. They're probably, late teens, 19, 20, 21, 25, 28. And so they probably have, fairly brand new children that are young and could use some help. And it's going to be a long road to recover from this. Long, long road. And so if you can, I bet they'd appreciate if you threw in a couple bucks, $5 here, $10 there. And we'll keep an eye on this and see how it grows and progresses. But these guys, it's going to take a long time for a lot of these guys to get back. And so anything, you could hear it in the Chief's voice, anything, this really rattled them. And thank God nobody died. It could have we could have been reporting on 3, 4, 5 of these guys had passed away. And we could have had a big funeral that was, international attention. And thank God, knock on wood, that did not happen. So we'll keep mentioning it. But again, GoFund Me. OCFA. If you got a couple bucks laying around and you want to throw it at them, man, would they appreciate it. You have no idea.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. On Demand from KFI AM 640.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
Thinking about a home remodel but dreading the hassle? Let me put you onto something better. West Shore Home is changing the game when it comes to home remodeling. They make the whole process simple and convenient. No sketchy contractors, no endless delays. Just a smooth experience from start to finish, handled by highly trained employee installers who know exactly what they're doing. No outsourcing, no guesswork, just pros who show up and get it done right. And they don't disappear after the job's finished. West Shore Home follows up with every customer to make sure you're happy. That's part of why they've racked up over 55,000 five-star reviews from people just like you. So, if you're ready to upgrade your bath, shower, windows, doors, or floors, skip the chaos. Go to westshorehome.com, fill out the form, and let us schedule your appointment today. That's westshorehome.com. Remodeling reimagined.
And people are already donating to the Orange County Fire Authority. It was at $280,897. Now it's at $281. So already in the last, it says here, the fundraisers are near you, and 269 people just donated. So that is cool. If you donated, thank you on their behalf. They would love it. All right. We have some more news to get into. Of course, we covered the MTA bus hijacking. That was a big deal. That was crazy. And now we have the final games coming up here for the Oakland A's. I grew up watching the Oakland A's all the time, and now they're not going to be a team anymore. They're moving to Sacramento before they move to Las Vegas.
A's fans are coming to the Coliseum this week to live in the moment to have one last tailgate.
How do you know that?
To get one last look.
How do you know they're going to come here to live in the moment?
A's fans are coming to the Coliseum this week to live in the moment.
Have you asked them all?
To have one last tailgate. To get one last look at the team with Oakland printed across the chest. It's hard to process.
I can't believe.
Wait a minute.
It's hard to process.
It's hard to process a team that's had financial problems and the threat of moving for the last 800 years. It's hard to process then?
It's hard to process.
Nobody went to the games. How is it hard to process? It'd be hard to process if the Dodgers moved to, I don't know, Miami. That'd be really difficult to process.
Yeah.
Not the A's moving.
It's hard to process.
It's not.
I can't believe it is happening.
Really? Well, you've got to have your belief system looked at because it's on the fritz. It's fritzing right now. Your belief system is no good. They've been threatening to move for 20 years. Since 1989, when they played the World Series against the San Francisco Giants. When there was that big earthquake. There was talk of them moving back then. And that's 35 years ago.
I can't believe it is happening.
Yeah, well, you got to start believing.
I mean, I keep thinking if I wake up, they're going to change their mind.
Yeah, well, maybe if enough people woke up and went to the stadium, they wouldn't be moving.
Many fans tell us their devotion to the A's won't follow the team to Sacramento or Vegas.
Yeah, well, look, they didn't follow them to the Coliseum. Why would they go to Sacramento or Vegas? Nobody went.
They didn't go to the stadium right there.
Yeah, they didn't go to the stadium they can see from their house.
Why do you think they're going to follow them all the way to Vegas?
Yeah, although I will say there's a lot of people that follow the Raiders to Vegas. I was in Vegas over the weekend when there was a Raider game. Man, are there a ton of Raider fans there.
But the Raiders, they never had problems filling up Oakland Coliseum, did they?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
I don't think so. No, not at all.
I'm not going to be following them after...
After...
Huh?
What?
I'm not going to be following them after Thursday.
No, I'm gonna be a Mariners fan.
And you think about all the workers who are losing their jobs. Fan favorite vendor Ice Cold Kenny Bo speaks his mind about a relocation that he says never had to happen.
There's no reason to leave. This team's been torn apart every time we get good players, anytime we got something good going.
In attendance at this first game of the final homestand, the greatest, Hall of Famer Ricky Henderson.
Any message for the fans attending their last game, last series?
Have fun, that's all. Have a good time. Remember all the great memories.
The always passionate fans out in right field are doing their best to enjoy every moment and savor these memories.
I don't want people to be sad. I don't. This is our home. This is our hometown team. This is our stadium. I want people just to be...
Has that guy heard that they've moved or they're moving? This guy doesn't seem to have any of the news in him.
I don't want people to be sad.
Okay, well, they're not.
I don't. This is our home. This is our hometown team.
Why is everybody sad?
Yeah, it's not your hometown
Why
team.
are you sad?
It's moving on.
Our home. This is our hometown team.
Was.
This is our stadium.
Was.
I want people just to be loud and proud like we always have been. I don't want anyone to throw anything on the field.
Still, it hurts.
It's not fun. It's not easy. It sucks. It's one of the worst feelings in the world. I don't wish this on any fan base. I don't wish this on any person, even my worst enemy. This is not cool. Not fun.
Disappointment. Sadness.
Where were these passionate fans for the last 20 years? Not at the stadium. I'll tell you that.
Sadness. Hoping for a miracle.
Before tomorrow?
That guy's great. He still has hopes.
Hoping for a miracle.
Yeah, I think he's hoping they extend the beer sales.
Hoping for a miracle.
Yeah, a miracle, man.
Hoping for a miracle.
Miracle.
Yeah, miracle.
Hoping for a miracle.
A miracle.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. Hoping for marigolds. He's shopping for flowers at Lowe's.
Hoping for a miracle.
I heard Gary and Shannon talking today about how, I guess, the team is telling the players after the game tomorrow, don't hang around.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because they're not quite sure what
What's
people are
going
going to do after the game's done.
Oh, that's crazy, man. Man, that really is sad. I mean, Oakland has had it really rough over the last couple of years, maybe the last decade or so. The first in and out that closed down, Oakland, they lost the Raiders, they lost the A's. They lost Golden State.
That's what I was going to say. Don't the Warriors still do well, like as far as attendance?
Yeah, but they're not in Oakland anymore.
Where are they
moved
now?
to San Jose or San Francisco. They've moved. Yeah. I mean, it's not. I think they used to play in Oakland, and now they don't. Is what the word is on the street there. I think they play in San Jose or Santa Clara. God, I don't even know where they play. Where do the Warriors play, Belly? You got a basketball background. You know?
It says San Francisco here.
San Francisco, Tim. Yeah, San Francisco.
The Chase Center in San Francisco.
Okay, so they've moved across the bay. Everybody has left. Denny's left Oakland. Denny's. Because they're getting, worked over in Oakland. Man, they got to do something about that. Something's going on. Something's going on in Oakland.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. On Demand from KFI AM 640.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.
There's a Porta-Potty homeowner in Long Beach says the stench from a local Porta-Potty company is too much for him. Way too much. Now let's find out how close this lad lives to the Porta-Potty business.
It smells like a toilet bowl.
Well, sort of makes sense.
It smells like a toilet bowl.
Yeah, it is a toilet bowl. Doesn't smell like it. It is.
Lydia Santana says she wears her mask each time she passes United Rental on Cherry Avenue as she walks to the store.
It smells horrible.
It smells like somebody's dead, like real nasty.
Yeah, well, that's the business they're in.
Lamont Williams says that smell is overwhelming, especially when he drops off recyclables at the plant next door.
But it smells bad and horrible, like death.
Across the street, that death smell is pretty constant.
It smells like something died.
Yeah, it's like a cat or like thing like that.
Yeah, everyone's got the same vibe over there. Smells horrible. Smells like
I love what that guy said.
This guy?
Smells like something bad.
It smells like something died.
Did he say died?
Oh, wait, let's see.
It smells like something died.
Yeah, died, yeah. But it does smell like something bad. It does.
Good for her.
Yeah, guy's got his nose right on target.
It smells like something died.
Yeah, it's like a cat or like thing like that.
Like a cat, is he saying?
Cat or like thing like that.
Like a cat. All right.
Ray Lou and his roommate live right across the street from United.
What's the guy's name?
Ray Lou and his roommate live right across the street from United Rental.
What a break for them. Probably got a cheap apartment, too. Yeah, live right across the street from a Porta-Potty joint.
Ray Lou and his roommate live right across the street from United Rental.
How much you guys pay for a two-bedroom? $6 a month. Wow, man, you got a sweet deal.
That moved into the Cherry Avenue location about 4 years ago. The company rents out porta-potties. The manager did not want to comment to us about the complaints from neighbors who say the company stores the used pods at the facility and drains the sewage into tanks nearby, creating a stench that's hard to escape.
Yeah, it's a horrible, horrible way to go.
I don't know. We just kept keeping the house. It's like it's out.
Close the windows?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Every time I open the window, it's very terrible.
This hot weather, you can really smell it.
Robert Salina says the recent heat wave made things even worse. He's lived in the neighborhood for more than 30 years and never dealt with the smell until the company moved in. Now it's constant.
Okay, well, that's not fair. If they were there before the company, that's not fair. You know, I always find it fascinating that a guy is complaining about the smell of an oil refinery, but he moved next to an existing oil refinery. You know, but in this case, those people were there first, and then the Porta-Potty guy came in.
Like poop.
But how does that saying go? He who smelt it dealt it.
Yes, that's right. Maybe this is not the only exception to that. Possibly.
Like poop.
Yeah. Well, it's not like poop. I mean, this is like this is like Huell Hauser. It's not like poop. It is. In this case, it is. It's like somebody dead. It's like a dead cat. It's like a dead vegetable. It's like dead meat.
It's number 2.
Yeah, it is.
Like poop.
No, it is.
You know, and sometimes it's just really overbearing.
Nobody does nothing about it.
Neighbors say they've reached out to the city for help, but to no avail.
People don't want to smell that that smell, especially when you're in the residence.
I did talk to a neighbor who messaged me and said he actually contacted the Southern California Air Quality Control Management District, and see what they could do. They said there has to be at least 6 complaints filed against.
Oh, yeah, that seems like doable. 6 complaints, right? Here's 1.
Like poop.
There's 1.
Like poop.
There's 2.
Like poop.
3.
Like poop.
4.
Like poop.
5, and I couldn't get 6.
Like poop.
Oh, there he is.
The company so they can take action. There's only 1 complaint filed right now.
Okay, well then file 1 complaint.
1 complaint? That's that guy. Poop.
File more complaints.
Like poop.
Yeah. Tell them you don't want that sucker there. What the hell? That is crazy. All right, population decline. Where is this, you think? Population decline. Certainly not Southern California. Great place to live.
Sunny skies, the beach, the mountains, Hollywood, Disneyland, sports, and entertainment.
Who wants to leave here?
Southern California sure has a lot going for it.
That's right.
But for some, it's just not enough.
What?
Population growth in Southern California is slowing for many reasons, but mostly the high cost of living.
The cost of land, the cost of material, the cost of labor, that add up to high home prices.
Kome Ajase is the executive...
What a name. What a great name.
Kome Ajase.
Kome Ajase. That guy's the winner.
Kome Ajase is the executive director of the Southern California Association of Governments that hosted the 35th annual demographics workshop in downtown Los Angeles this morning. This meeting of the minds meant to study this particular issue closely.
Yeah, people are taking off.
A lot of four-year universities that graduate thousands and thousands of talented young people every single year, and we can't keep them here because they can't afford to live here, given the fact that housing is really expensive in this region.
Of course, there are also political reasons to leave the state, with crime and homelessness primary factors.
Yeah, that's true. It's the 2 things that everybody complains about: homelessness and crime.
With crime and homelessness.
And cost. Homeless, cost, and crime. The 3 things that people really complain about a lot here. Right?
With crime and homelessness primary factors. But some of these folks say it's possible that trend could soon change.
Oh, okay. People are coming back.
In the last 10 years, median household incomes in our region here have gone up 17%. They've only gone up 11% for the rest of the country, and that's inflation adjusted.
Yeah, but if they go up 17% and you're still getting knocked with a 50% increase in your insurance and your bills, that doesn't mean anything.
So purchasing power has gotten stronger here.
Other statistics showing that while the number of young adults buying homes in Southern California dropped consistently from 2005 to 2015, that number has actually been creeping up since then.
Home prices have actually been accelerating more in the rest of the country than in Southern California since the pandemic. So in a way, our housing crunch is kind of, the Boise's and the Austins and the Denvers of the country are kind of catching up to our level of home price acceleration.
All right. Well, people are, complaining about everything. We talk about home prices every Wednesday at 5:50, and that segment is being brought to you by Advanced Hair. Look at that. 1-day treatment, life-changing results. Make your appointment today at advancedhair.com. Hey, aren't Gary and Shannon doing News and Brews tomorrow? We were told to promote that.
They are.
Yes.
Where is that going to be?
Huntington Beach.
Huntington Beach. At where? At BJ's? Or at...
yeah, BJ's across from Terabella.
Oh, is that right? All right. Oh, we were at that BJ's. We did a live remote there at that BJ's.
Is that the one we did? Don't they have 2 there? Is that the one we did?
This one's over by the 405.
Oh, okay. We were at the one downtown. We were at the better one, I think.
Oh, yeah. It's where the people are, for one thing.
Yeah, that's right. It's where Crows knocked it out with the volume.
That's what I keep hearing.
Shut up, Crozier!
Crozier was there on his vacation day, and so he didn't have to work, and sampled those margaritas. The margaritas?
Yeah, little mini.
Yeah, mini margaritas. And I think you had 8 between the 4 o'clock start of the show and like 4:08.
I was not drunk.
No, not drunk.
Yeah, there were a lot of people that said, you're drunk.
No, you weren't drunk. No. I've seen you drunk. You weren't drunk. But those are the little tiny mini margaritas.
Yeah.
What do those run? What were they? Do you remember what those were?
Nope.
No, they helped you out, huh?
Yeah, they were all right.
That was great, though. That was a great
I
remote.
had a couple great listeners give me a couple shots. So, yeah, it was a good time had by.
Yeah. You're defeating your argument if you weren't drunk.
Oh, I was there 5 hours.
I know. I'm trying to help you out. But they're going to be at the one near the 405.
Ah.
Are you going to it, Stefan? You said you were threatening to go. Are you still planning on it?
Just threaten. I'm going to be here.
Oh, you're going to be here.
Why are you going to be here? Gary and Shannon on for 1.
Yeah, they started 9 a.m.
Yeah, that'll be a fun drive.
And then, Bellio, you're going?
I'm going to stop by.
You're going to stop on the way up?
Yes.
You promise?
No.
No.
That was quick.
So Angel's the only one going. Angel, what time are you going to be there?
Oh, probably at 9.
You're not going.
Where?
Okay, you're out. Crozier, are you going?
Hell no. Now it's out of my way, man.
That means I got to go.
All right. Look forward to hearing you drunk there.
I'll get down there. Maybe. Nah, I can't.
Promise?
No way. I don't promise anything. But they're going to be there from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. at the BJ's near the 405. We'll come back with the address of that. Because evidently everyone's sitting on their hands here. I'm not going to go to break until somebody tells me the address.
I was editing, so I have an excuse.
You know, let's get somebody in here that calls horse races.
Wait,
200 Main Street. Is it that one?
No, that's the one
that's
we
the
were
other one.
at.
Oh, it says 160 Beach Boulevard.
Yeah.
Beach?
Yeah, 16060 Beach Boulevard.
Oh, I know
right
where
off
that
the
is.
405.
Yeah, there's right there. Barnes and Nobles. Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Edinger.
Yeah, you see.
Edinger and Beach. Right there.
All right.
Yeah, see?
Right next to a Party City. Go get Party City.
Party City.
And I don't know what else is there. Auto Club. So go renew your license and say hi to Gary and Shannon. Big dog. 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. tomorrow in Orange County, right on Edinger and Beach. So go check them out. All right, we're live on KFI. Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. Now, you can always hear us live on KFI AM 640, 4 to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and anytime on demand on the iHeartRadio app.
If you eat too many ultra-processed foods, you could be starving your gut microbes, and they'll get hangry. That's one of many things I learned after working on a new audio course about the gut microbiome. You can learn how to keep your gut happy by listening to Try This from the Washington Post. I'm Christina Quinn. I host Try This. Dig in with me on practical advice for life's common challenges. Follow Try This right now wherever you're listening. Seriously, try it.